Sup, my name is Reed for TheYugiohCouncil. Welcome to Coffee Town, which is a Monday discussion video at night. Go figure why I put it up at night and I don't put it up at day because it takes forever to edit and no one's around to watch it. Everyone's around at like 8 p.m. So, today's topic is simple. Legendary Collection 6, what do you want from it? And just from that alone, you should be commenting in the comments exactly what you want to see from a Legendary Collection 6 because we're pretty damn sure Konami's going to do it. Because Konami goes, we like money! And then they like throwing money around because they're a bunch of assholes. So, what will be the Legendary 6 theme? The hypothetical way of going about this should be another 5Ds collection because Zexal just ended. Even though it would be about, I think, a little over a year from now. And we just had the Megatin reprints. I think it would be okay to give us another Legendary 5Ds collection. And there's some stuff that was obviously left out, and I know I screwed up in the reprint video. Even though I used the damn photo, I was half asleep, and that's what fucking comes from it, so now I'm taking more time to do it properly. But anyway, we have yet to see Fortune Lays reprinted. We got a lot of the Earthbound Immortals, but it's at the same time there's a lot of stuff that they didn't reprint. They could have reprinted. They could have reprinted Lone Fire Blossom. They could have reprinted the Clowns. I can't remember the freaking guy's name, but the Clowns, I tell you, the Clowns. And if they did another Legendary Collection 6 5Ds Part 2 or Part B or whatever the fuck they want to call it, then you could put shit like BLs in it and then start a Spark Dragon and then Hot Red Archfiend, which would finally give those freaking reprints that were needed for Europe. And I know what some of you are going to say, Hot Red Archfiend was too early. I understand, trust me, don't worry about it. But Starter Spark wasn't. It was on the chopping block to be reprinted. We haven't yet to see a Blood Mephis reprint. So that kind of leads me to believe that they're still going to do more stuff. We didn't see the Mech Lords. So there's still that second half of 5Ds that totally happened in Japan only. And, you know, the whole world came crashing in and Yusei battled himself in the future. I think it's been long enough that I could spoil this for the people who've yet to see it. Yusei battles himself from the future, an alternate time dimension, and they fly in the sky because that's what fucking they do. Because Dual Runners wasn't important enough, they had to fly in the fucking sky. It was awesome. Needless to say, it really was. It was just all anime perfection in every which way. But we have yet to see a lot of things. I don't recall if Shooting Star Dragon's even in the set. I'm pretty damn sure Red Nova Dragon wasn't. Leading to the belief that a Jack version could be next. I mean, we already have all the Blackwings pretty much reprinted from this one set, and it was great. You know, you got a lot of the reprints everyone wanted, but some people said Dandelion. Dandelion's freaking technically GX era. It was used by Jaden. I can't remember his Japanese name, but so that fits the GX theme. It doesn't fit here in the Legendary Collection. You know, 5D's era kind of reprint session of stuff. I had made it very, very clear I would kill to see a Swap Frog reprint, and then just by association you could do Treeborn Frog and the rest of the frogs. And how cool would it be to have those as hollow form fucking frogs? And I think everyone would enjoy that. You know, having them frogs, them hollow frogs. Another one Konami could have jumped on. And I know some of you are going to say, but Ryu, that's not technically from Legendary 5Ds. I mean, Legendary 5Ds. It's not from the 5Ds era, but it fits the bill of the 5Ds era, which would have been the Collapse Serpent and the Wyvern Blaster. The Light and Dark mini Chaos Dragons would have fit perfectly here in a hollow base form, and it just would have been amazing to have those, but then again, Konami doesn't like us. Solemn Warning, Pod Duality, pretty much the entire Duelist Revolution set, a bunch of scraps, these were left out. These would have made a much meatier, better Legendary Collection 5Ds. And I know some of you are going to say, but scraps really weren't featured on the show, but scraps were used highly and they have new shit, and then they could have been like, you can get the rest of the Megatins, which is one fucking card, but no one bitches ever. But they could save it for next year and then do a hollow version of Scrap Factory, which would be amazing too to go with that. Pod Duality, like, how do you leave out Pod Duality? I know it's been reprinted like 9 times, that's not the point. it did, like, when you think about the competitive, scene of Legendary Collection 5Ds, not Legendary Collection, the 5Ds era of, the cards that came out in those 3 years. That was one of the biggest fucking ones. That and Solemn Warning were like the biggest fucking two for a long time. They really were. That, Scrap Dragon, Feck Miller, those 4 cards defined Duelist Revolution and made it that it just fucking sold out. And then you had Naturia Hamsters, Naturia Cherries, Naturia Hamsters, whoa. Super Nimble Mega Hamster right here. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. It's okay, you corrected yourself. I know Super Nimble Mega Hamster was in here. I'm pretty sure of that. But Naturia Cherries is something I could have used a reprint. With the Dragoonies coming up, that would have made a great fucking reprint, having all those Dragoonies in there. One thing they didn't capitalize on that they should have capitalized on, that's in the damn set, is Dark Strike Fighter should have been made errata and legaled, but they didn't bother doing it. But then again, this is a trend we've seen with Konami, recently with the Yu-Gi-Oh deck, is a lot of missed opportunities. Vanity's Emptiness was made secret rare, perfectly fine, but the problem is getting it out was extremely hard. So what I like to say for the next Legendary Collection, as a personal note, is that when you have something that highly sought out after, don't make it that incredibly hard to get because it's like 500 packs, only 2. I think it was iPokemon, someone was telling me on Facebook. I'm terrible at remembering things to, minor details. But that's the point. The point being, there was a lot of room for improvement. The Naturia Beast, the Naturia Barkidon, those were pretty much printed in Gold Series Cyclolite Slide. But things like the Karakuri Synchros, just for the sake of upping the rarities or whatever the hell that you want to do with it, especially with the Yu-Gi-Oh deck that just came out, that could have been something that would have fit the bill and fit the theme and would have just been amazing to have in there. And I probably would have been a little more excited to open these, honestly. One thing I never want to see, again, I was okay with the Black Rose and Stardust being common, but the second that Red Dragon Archene was a common on top of being an Ultra, I was like scratching my head like, really? I don't need 2 fucking reprints of this, I only need the 1. And that spot could have went to Stardust Spark Dragon, I said earlier in the video, that needed the reprint more than anything for Europe to be able to play it, so that was kind of a waste. Or even Blood Memphis to get that full-fledged giant reprint, Dark End Dragon could have been in here, Light End Dragon could have been in here. These would have fit the bill because they're synchros. Maybe they're saving it for next year. Maybe Ryu's just a little out of his mind. Blackwing Graham, I don't think we saw a Graham in here because it's like a 400 card set and I can't remember everything off the top of my head. So I'm sorry if I fuck it up, but it's going to happen once in a while. I'm only human. But in all seriousness, there's a lot that they could have done to improve Legendary Collection 5Ds. And I'm not calling it bad, but looking towards Legendary Collection 6, we're just going to call it 6 for now because we don't know what the fuck it's going to be next year. Because we got a little over a year before, a little under a year before it fully comes out. So it's one of those things that I'm excited for. At the same time, I'm just like putting out these kind of videos because we're getting into the holiday season. We're starting to get into the sneak peeks and we're starting to fully go back into regionals and shit. That's going to be happening shortly, or it already is. So I like the reprint season feel. I like the way, I can hypothetically think about it and be like, this needs to get a reprint or that needs to get a reprint. But in all seriousness, Legendary Collection 6 has a lot to work its way up to because 4 and 5, well, 4 was kind of ass. 5 is better, but still needs to take a page out of 2 and 1 and possibly even 3 because those are great. Those are great. And it's not just me saying they're great, they sold the fuck out. So that alone tells you right then and there, hey, this is a great set because it sold out. And that means hype train. But like I said in the video, just to recap here, Preparation of Rights is something I didn't want to leave out in the video. That needed the reprint. Pod Duality, it's always good to have the reprint. Solemn Warning, you're going to hear a lot of this on the top 5 countdown. And then that'll be out before this. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next video. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you later. Peace!